In Ultimate Black Panther issue 6, we saw T'Challa face off against Ra and Khonshu, who together formed the entity known as Moon Knight. They used their advanced technology to heal the sick, turning those they helped into devoted extremists for Moon Knight's cause. During an attack on a manufacturing plant, Black Panther confronted Khonshu, and after a tense encounter that ended in a draw, they agreed to resolve their conflict through total war. Before we continue, don't forget to click the like and subscribe buttons to stay updated with more comic book content like this, and help support small content creators like me. In Ultimate Black Panther issue 7, we find T'Challa on the front lines with Killmonger and Storm. The king struggles with the idea of fighting his own people, so he instructs Storm and Killmonger to incapacitate rather than kill. T'Challa is in the midst of a spiritual and moral crisis. This conflict has pitted him against false deities and the very people he vowed to protect as Black Panther. While his desire is to defend Africa and its inhabitants, he hasn't yet realized that a new approach is needed. He must lead his people by showing how a king can stand up to a god. He must demonstrate how a protector faces down a duo that shows no concern for the lives of their followers. This causes Storm to question T'Challa's methods. Storm feels that T'Challa might not be taking a strong enough stance. She fears he's being too lenient compared to Moon Knight and worries that this might lead to their downfall. Later, T'Challa seeks counsel once more from Matron Amala, the Voodoo Khan, hoping for guidance as he fears Africa being divided between Wakanda and Moon Knight's realm. Imala advises him that he cannot prevent the war, but must instead learn to control its outcome. T'Challa also gains further insight into the vibranium that powers Wakanda and the mysterious green substance that accelerates its growth. After an intense discussion that implies vibranium may be a living entity, T'Challa admits that he lacks the ability to fully integrate faith and science to grasp the true nature of vibranium or its green goo counterpart. This revelation leads T'Challa to believe his approach has been flawed. He realizes he cannot continue fighting Ra and Khonshu in the same manner. They perceive the new element in a way T'Challa does not, grounded as they are in faith. To defeat a god, you must think as a god, T'Challa declares. He then asks his allies, Storm and Eric, to search the outside world for someone who understands the intersection of faith and science, so that this knowledge might aid in defeating the Moon Knight deities. Before Storm departs, T'Challa asks her to stand with him on the battlefield. On the battlefield, Moon Knight's followers unleash their weapons on Black Panther. He then launches himself into the air, asking Ororo to bring the storm, and she strikes him with a bolt of lightning. He crashes back to the ground, now charged with electricity, and starts annihilating his adversaries. In one panel, it looks as if he's moving so quickly through them that they're being hurled back with tremendous force. After defeating the enemy forces, he asks those he liberated to name their liberator, and together they declare Black Panther, reminding them of their true king. When informed that Moon Knight has assured the people that soon there will be no place here where he cannot see, T'Challa makes a powerful display stating, "Then let him see this." From afar, Ra and Khonshu witness Black Panther's display with a grim warning that the cry of Wakanda will soon be a scream.